This is another 4-player fixed card game which is being played with my subscribers. The yellow player is a beginner, the green player is a master, and the blue player is a grandmaster. And it seems that the blue player is showing a very good intention to move his troops out from South America, so let's make him the space to do so. And from what it looks, we are probably going to be in a very strong alliance, especially if next to South America I capture Africa as well, as then with the blue player being the European player and sharing a lot of borders with me, we could really help each other out by minimizing our borders number against other players, as I could put my army to Middle East while the blue player to Ukraine, and then the blue player could put another army to Iceland to protect himself from North America as well. So with that I will have only one border to guard instead of 3, while the blue player only 2 instead of 4. So it would be very helpful. So just the question is whether we would both capture these continents. But obviously I have to take into account what the green player is going to do also. We are both small continent players, and he is the only one of my opponents yet who captured a continent, so if the green player would be going after blue, then it would probably make the most sense to follow him and start targeting the blue player as well in order to get to the 3-player situation as soon as possible. But with the green player fortifying an army to North America, I assume the yellow player is the player which he wants to target, so I think the yellow player will probably be the one to get eliminated first, especially when he is wasting a lot of troops by himself, and with him going for the 2-border North America, which could be extremely risky for someone to let it hold. That is a very valuable continent, and with that player getting quite stronger it could be very hard to invade it. So it would be better to not let anyone hold it at all if possible. Anyway, as of now I just decided to improve my position by capturing Africa and with that getting more troops per turn. So then I could more freely attack one of the players. Even though I've got Africa looking to the troops counter, I do not look quite stronger than the green player, and then let's also remember that he didn't trade in a set yet while I did. But yeah, let's start wiping out some troops of the yellow player. Now after holding Africa for a turn I got a bit stronger, and with every turn getting more troops, I will probably try to use my troops advantage on the yellow player, to might even eliminate him right now since he didn't have a set at 4 cards. But I'm going to see about that when my turn comes. I'm wondering to see what the green and blue players are going to do too. As after all, if possible getting to the 3-player situation I would like to stay being the strongest. And then before even getting to the 3-player situation I'm wondering if my opponents could potentially overweaken themselves, so with that might even creating an opportunity for me to immediately win the whole game. The green player crushed some of my troops, what I do not really like, but the attacks themselves are obviously fine. Though now it makes me wonder if I should actually take the yellow player right now, as getting to the 3-player situation he might be looking forward to team up with blue, which might not be looking too much promising for me. So for now I just decided to crush 6 troops of the yellow player in Europe, leaving him alive to see how the things go. I think that would be better for me to wait and see what are the plans of the green player. Also, by saying good game I wanted to try encouraging the blue player taking the yellow player out by himself, which he didn't, and that's good for him because he will have quite weakened himself. Anyway, now let's see what is the green player going to do. And alright, he invaded the yellow player into North America, so now I'm definitely going to take the yellow player out to get to the 3-player situation. And I really like the green player's decision to fortify these 9 troops into Ukraine, as with the blue player wanting to go for Europe, it should probably really irritate him. So that looks promising to me because I think it will be up to me to decide with which player to team up. And alright, the blue player has actually taken the yellow player out by himself. So I do not have to do that anymore by myself, and we get to the 3-player situation. And now I'm thinking what to do. Looking to the vulnerability, I think both of my opponents could invade me into Africa easily if wanting. Then the turn-wise it would be better for me to attack the player who has a turn after me, so in this case green. But the position-wise obviously the blue player could end up much more intimidating with 2-border North America over the green player, with Australia, might even getting an unbreakable position if I and the green player make some more drastic attacking mistakes. And then anyway, after all, my decision at the end mostly influenced that the green player invaded the yellow player into North America after he captured it, so by thinking that the green player could see a really big threat in the blue player as well, he might potentially let me get quite a bit too strong, which would lead me of winning the game. Though it's probably mostly up to the blue player. The blue player's turn is after green, so the green player is attacking the blue player to force him to attack me, as mine turn is after the blue player. Usually it's just the best and safest to attack the player who has a turn after you, and then at the same time to make him forced to attack the player who has turn after him. So you just obviously gotta stay wise about that. Anyway, I think that was a mistake for the blue player to attack green, as it really lets me get a strong advantage. I think the blue player wants to team up with me, that I will put my army to Middle East while letting him hold Europe with North America. But honestly, it would just be dumb for me to let him become as strong as me and then might even stronger than me when I'm at this point is close to winning the game. So I've gotta capitalize on increasing my advantage. Actually, I think I missed the opportunity to win. I should have traded in my set and taken the green player out for his 4 cards. I think I would have totally crushed the blue player in the endgame. So that's too bad that I realized that too late. I see that the green player is taking his time to make his turn, so I'm not sure if he actually realized that he must attack me, and with that I decided to send him an emoji which would indicate that I'm willing to team up with him. But after all, it looks like he just completely quit the game. Actually not, he's still here. But that's very promising for me that after me missing the opportunity to win, he basically skipped his turn. And if the blue player doesn't do anything about me either, then victory is guaranteed to me for sure. But alright, the blue player invaded me into Africa. Though I might still have enough troops to take the green player out for his 5 cards. Well, actually not, my army is not big enough. I captured a bunch of the blue player's territories last turn, so this is where a lot of my troops gone to. But while I cannot take the green player out anymore, I think it's still worth for me to go for blue. I think I will still win the endgame against the green player despite him having 5 cards. Let's actually see how the blitz roll goes. And that's an amazing one. I lost even 4 troops fewer. So that highly increases my chances to dominate the endgame, and especially when the green player only got a 6 troop set. But let's see what are the damage he is going to make. And that's just awesome. With him failing to break through North America, I end up getting 5 continental troop bonus as well as a territorial troop bonus for having a bunch of territories too. So that's a GG. If you enjoyed watching this video, then I would recommend you watching this one with an amazing endgame as well. In that game I trapped the Australian player taking over 4 continents with only having 2 borders to guard. That was just amazing.